The movie begins in a dark forest in 1922. Two terrified men sprint between the trees as something monstrous hunts them. One is snatched instantly into the shadows, the other clings to a wooden cane as he runs, but he too is caught, the cane falling to the forest floor. Moments later, a creature's clawed hand picks it up and disappears into the mist. Nearly a century later, a student named Zoe boards a school bus for a museum trip. She and her friend Owen joke around as their teacher explains that they're about to see real magical artifacts, including one connected to the legendary Tree of Knowledge. None of them realize how true that word magic is. At the museum, they meet Dr. Rosen, a serious archaeologist who introduces them to relics from forgotten ages. But Zoe's attention locks onto a strange wooden staff marked with symbols of the 5 elements. She hears a whisper, a voice calling her name. Owen startles her, admitting he's fascinated by the same staff, said to be carved from the Tree of Knowledge itself. Their friends Javier, Caitlin, and Kay join them, teasing until the staff suddenly slips from its stand. The instant Zoe picks it up, it blazes with light. Symbols of earth, fire, air, water, and spirit flare across their faces. Dr. Rosen storms in. Furious, they touch the artifact and orders them to explain. Zoe confesses she heard voices drawing her to it. Calming down, Rosen explains the relic was found broken in an archaeological dig, carved from sacred wood linked to the Tree of Knowledge. When Owen asks why it's incomplete, she says that's how it was discovered, shattered but humming with power. She produces a black obsidian cube and asks them all to touch it. One by one they obey, eyes glazing as if in a trance. Zoe hesitates until she hears her mother's song echoing faintly in her ears. She reaches out, and the world dissolves. They awaken in a scorching desert beneath blinding sunlight. Confused, they wander until they hear distant music coming from a dense forest. They head toward it, and inside, they find a mysterious man named Marduk. He greets Zoe as child of the earth. Before he can explain, the ground shakes. Something huge is coming. The creature bursts through the trees. Rosen falls. The others flee. Cornered, Zoe braces for death, but instead she's pulled magically inside a tree and vanishes. When she wakes, she's in a glowing forest. A symbol shines on her arm. Marduk appears again and explains, he is an earth elementalist, one of 5 guardians who once mastered the elements to protect nature's balance. Zoe, he says, carries that same gift. He tells her the legend. Long ago, 5 elementalists sought the Tree of Knowledge's power to heal the world, but its guardian, a witch, tried to harness its energy herself. It consumed her, drove her mad. To save the forest, they banished her, but she has returned. To stop her, Zoe and her friends must find the missing half of the staff. Before vanishing, Marduk advises Zoe to mask her scent with mud to hide from the forest creature. When she turns back to thank him, he's gone. Meanwhile, her friends wander lost and discover a massive wall covered in runes. When Kay touches one, it glows, symbols representing the 5 elements. Owen guesses they must activate all 5 together, but nothing happens. Zoe soon reunites with them, and moments later, Dr. Rosen appears. But this time, she reveals the truth. She is the witch Marduk warned about. She claims Marduk twisted the story, painting her as the villain even though she was once the true guardian of the tree. Zoe, torn and confused, doesn't know whom to believe. Before she can decide, the creature's roar echoes again. The group joins hands, their symbols lighting up in unison. The wall erupts in light, and suddenly they're teleported to another part of the forest, safe for the moment. Breathing heavily, Zoe realizes their powers are real now. We're sorcerers, she whispers. They coat themselves in mud to disguise their scent, and soon stumble across a tiny fairy with a broken wing. Using her earth magic, Zoe heals it, her first act of true power. They continue until they reach a crossroads guarded by a towering guardian spirit. It warns them to turn back. Owen steps forward, frozen in an instant, vanished into thin air. Javier charges and meets the same fate. Terrified, the others offer gifts to bargain, but the guardian refuses. Finally, Zoe offers her mother's bracelet. Moved, the guardian opens a glowing portal, but accidentally sends her to an icy wasteland. Elsewhere, Caitlin and Kay awaken together and meet a creature named Unwaver, who leads them to Weaver, a gentle giant who creates trees with a magic needle. Taking pity, Weaver conjures a feast and opens a portal to help them find Zoe and Owen. They locate Owen just as a monster lunges for him. Zoe and her friends dive through the portal, rescuing him, and escape with a fragment of Weaver's portal for later use. Meanwhile, Rosen has reached the heart of the forest, where the Tree of Knowledge glows behind a powerful barrier. She tries to shatter it but fails, her fury echoing through the woods. That night, the the friends rest by a small fire, trying to decipher ancient markings Owen saw on the walls, clues linking the elementalists and the tree itself. Laughter interrupts them. Goblins, they attack. The group flees, but Zoe falls into quicksand. Without hesitation, her friends jump in after her. They awaken in darkness, facing mirrors that reflect twisted versions of themselves. Each reflection whispers temptations. Caitlin's mirror urges her to step inside, but she resists, shattering it with fire. She finds Javier just in time, saving him. Together, they rescue the others, except Zoe, trapped inside her own illusion, mourning her mother. Caitlin dives into Zoe's mirror. She finds her crying on a bed, longing for her mother's voice. Caitlin comforts her, reminding her that her mother's strength lives within her. Empowered, Zoe rises, and they return to reality together. The group emerges before a mysterious, glowing box said to hold the missing half of the staff. Before they can open it, Rosen appears, forcing Zoe to do it. The box is empty. Enraged, Rosen drops her disguise, the Witch Reborn. She confesses that she brought them here to break the tree's barrier so she could use its power to resurrect her fallen tribe. Realizing they've been used, Caitlin activates the portal fragment, summoning the forest creature. It charges Rosen, and chaos erupts. The witch battles the beast while Zoe and her friends flee through the open portal. But the creature follows, wounded and furious. Zoe stands her ground, channels her earth power, and calms it, discovering the missing staff piece hidden within its body. She pulls it free but collapses unconscious. Rosen seizes the staff. Zoe awakens, pretending to surrender, and walks with Rosen through the barrier into the heart of the tree. There, Marduk appears, pleading for peace. Rosen strikes him down with the complete staff. Grief ignites Zoe's full power. She channels all 5 elements through the earth itself, sending a surge of life and energy into the tree. A blinding explosion follows. The witch is obliterated, and silence returns. In the stillness, Zoe's friends gather beside her. They place their hands on the soil and channel the elements together. From the ashes, a single green sprout rises, the rebirth of the Tree of Knowledge. Using the obsidian cube, the group returns to their world. The museum is silent, as if nothing happened, yet faint elemental marks still glow on their skin. The guardians of the 5 elements live again. If you could control one of the 5 elements, earth, fire, water, air, or spirit, which would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. And that's how The Legend of the 5 ends, a story of friendship, destiny, and the power of nature itself. If you enjoyed this recap, hit subscribe, tap like, and share it with someone who loves magical adventures. Thanks for watching, and remember, the elements might still be watching you.